It's a pleasure to bring in Michael Wacha right now. Michael, great to see you. Congratulations on this new deal with Kansas City. 124 strikeouts, the most you'd recorded since 2017. What was the key to getting that back for you?
Yeah, no, I think the key was kind of getting ahead of guys. I understand that, hey, the most important pitch in baseball is strike one. Getting ahead of guys and staying ahead and being able to put them away really was key. And, you know, I think I had the fastball playing good. I had really good command of that fastball, and the changeup was better than ever last year and led to a lot of swing and misses for sure.
Wacha, Chris Young here, man. Watching your career play out, 10 years plus at this point, coming up with the Cardinals under veterans, Wainwright, Lackey, Lance Lynn. Now, here you are, you're the veteran of a younger pitching staff. What are the lessons that you learned way back when that you hope you can translate to the new squad?
Yeah, no, that was very beneficial for me having those guys coming up. It was, I felt like it was important for me as a young guy to be able to ask questions and, you know, because the big leagues was all really new to me at the time, and it's a whole new deal. It's your job. It's a lot of expectation, and having those veteran guys to be able to bounce different questions off, whether it's off the field or on the field, was really important. And you know, no better guys than guys that have been able to stick around and at a high level and pitch at a really high level than talking to those guys, whether it's in the bullpens, coming out of games, picking their ear, and, you know, really just somebody to rely on and somebody that had been there that you can trust was really helpful.
Hey, Michael, it's Dan O'Dowd. I want to take you down memory lane. For all the young pitchers out there that aren't highly recruited coming out of high school, I know you grew up in a small town in Texas. And as the story goes, Rob Childress, who's the head coach at Texas A&M at the time, saw you pitch at an American Legion game, throwing 83, 86. He gave you scholarship, brought you on campus. Something happened in the fall there because you ended up being in their weekend rotation as a freshman about 2-3 weeks into the season, and then you just took off there. So I'd love you to walk through how that process went for you.
Coach Childress came and watched me, and, you know, saw something that, you know, could project out. And you know, once I got on campus, it was nothing but that. It was hard work, and you know, I think he saw the hard work that I was putting in there in that first fall, and, you know, the work I was putting in the weight room to put on weight, the amount of food I was eating, the calories I was putting in my body to get my weight up. And, you know, that work in the weight room as well just kept on leading to, you know, 1 to 2 mile an hour increases each year. And, you know, that really, really helped me out there. And owe a lot of credit to Coach Childress for, you know, taking a chance on me and, you know, giving me that scholarship offer. And, you know, I think the most important thing was I got that opportunity at Texas A&M to get into some game action. And, you know, I took advantage of it. And I think that was the biggest key for sure.
Well, we'll keep the memory lane talk going and go back to 2013 when the NLCS MVP, 13 2/3 scores for the St. Louis Cardinals. It was such a craze, Michael. Waka Waka, Fozzie Bear, all the rest of it. What was the memory that stood out to you from that run in 2013?
Yeah, no, that whole year was pretty crazy. Yeah, burst into the scene my rookie year. You know, I'll never forget my debut was actually against the Royals. Kind of ironic, but you know, just coming close to that no-hitter with the Nationals there at the end of the season kind of carried me into that postseason, where it kind of gave me that confidence, like, okay, hey, we can do this. And like I touched on earlier, that veteran presence in the locker room, I'll never forget those meetings that we had leading into the postseason, and just guys like, hey, the media is going to be bigger than ever, the lights are brighter than ever. There's you know, so many more distractions that are going to be coming your way in the postseason, and what it requires of that to play ball in October. But, you know, they said, hey, enjoy it, but also remember, you know, your fastball, it doesn't need to be any kind of other fastball. Your changeup doesn't need to be anybody else's changeup. If it played in the regular season, it's going to play here. Let's just stick to your strengths and go there. And I'll never forget that resonated well for me, to just try to almost treat it like any other game. But in hindsight, looking back, yeah, those games weren't just any other games. Postseason is the biggest stage of it all, and but that was a very special time for sure. It was a crazy run that ended up in Boston, and it was something that I always remember, and that sour taste of finishing second is still there, and that's what drives me every offseason to keep on working and get back there and win a ring.
Yeah, man, I tell you, the guys in that clubhouse are going to definitely be able to feed off your experience, your energy that you're bringing into the clubhouse. But 5 teams in 5 years, have you learned the process of being able to move from one clubhouse to another? What's your process of getting to know the guys as soon as possible?
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's I think 6 teams in 6 years if you count the Cardinals in 19. But it's I try to start right away. Hey, let's start learning names and building relationships right away. With pitching coaches, with the manager, with the catchers. I try to get with them as early as possible, and start working on those whether it's sequencing, but just kind of talking strengths and what we like to do out there on the mound and gameplay. And I feel like the earlier you can get that relationship with the catchers, the better it is for sure. But you know how it is. There's so many people, so many players, so many staff members, front office that, as soon as I learn their name, in September, it's time to go somewhere else at that point. But, I'm excited about this 2-year deal in KC and, getting down there in spring training and start building those relationships here real soon.
The biggest Royals fan I know as far as celebrities are concerned is the actor Paul Rudd. He once told me Willie Wilson's his favorite player. Anyone ever told you have more than a passing resemblance to Paul Rudd?
I've seen that a couple times on social media here recently. So, I can see a little resemblance there for sure. I think he's definitely got the hair, a little bit better hair than me, but I'll take it.
I can't wait till he meets you. Trust me, he's going to be thrilled to have you on the team, not just doppelgangers. Michael Wacha, thanks so much, man. Good luck in Kansas City. We appreciate you.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for having me.